can tell my friend is going to get a lot out of this. So next question. Okay, so a friend of mine was asking me, how do I figure out my calling? Because everyone kind of just seems to have it figured out. How would you say to go about figuring out what you're called to?
Do you want me to go first, Miah?
Do you want to answer this one first, Ben?
It's that thing that you're really passionate about, the thing that you see yourself, like if somebody asks you, what are you going to be doing in 5-10 years? And then you see yourself doing that. It's also that thing that seems kind of impossible. It's kind of on the verge of like possible but impossible, but you still dream about it and you still get excited about it when you think about it.
If I look back at my own life, looking at the different places that I've gone, and the different areas I've been a part of in church and in life, I can look at it really easily as like, those weren't my calling, those weren't my calling. But I think more than anything, it's like every step that you're taking is just another journey towards your calling. And at the end of the day, if you fix your eyes on God, and then you're eventually going to get to your calling.
I got a verse for you guys. It says in Psalm 37:4, take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, the more you chase after God, the more you live life the God way, the more you like put yourself in the things of God, the more those desires of your heart will shift towards what he wants for you, towards your calling, towards the thing that he wants you to go after.
What works for me is finding, like looking at what your gifting is and then going from there. And your calling isn't necessarily always your gifting, but like a lot of the time it is. So maybe just explore what you're good at. If you just find like what you're good at, that could possibly be a part of your calling.
One of the points that I thought was really important to address is that your calling isn't limited to your gifts. And so, for example, just because I'm gifted in creating graphics and social media and like really into like film design, stuff like that, that doesn't mean, oh, okay, well, that means that God's going to put me in the creative industry. Like a lot of the time your gifts complement your calling and like equip you for it. But the great thing about a calling from God is that he can draw out everything you need to fulfill your destiny.
Just seek God like for it and just read his word, spend time with him, and just God will speak to you and he will reveal it to you.
Another Bible verse for you, Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. God has designed all of us for a purpose. He knows what that purpose is, not you. Mm-hmm. So seek him and he will give you that purpose. Seek him for what that purpose is and he will give that to you. And it's not something that you can do in your own strength or not something that you can do in your own creativity, but it's something that God has legitimately uniquely designed you for. Your skills match with it. Your personality matches with it. The connections and doors that'll be open for you, it all matches. It all comes together. But yeah, that's how I would describe figuring out what that calling is.
I guess the only way to truly know is to go to God and like ask him to take you deeper into that and reveal more of it over time.